Hey everybody, I'm Joe White from Get Life Coaching, and I want to begin by thanking you. Thanking you for allowing me this opportunity to share with you something I think is so important and something which I'm very passionate about sharing. So for the past 16 years, a decade and a half, I've had the ability to work with over 20,000 individuals and businesses. Everything from depressed to emotional balance, to our relationship, to our children, to growing a business, turning it around, helping top-level executives to firewalk so they can understand the ability to step into uncertainty and graduate on the other side. And for the last part of that, maybe 5, 6, 7 years, I started to notice a trend. I started to notice people who are really were achieving. But you know what? They weren't happy. They weren't fulfilled. They were getting the toys. They had the relationship. They were so busy in activity, but they weren't happy about it. You would go up to them and saying, "Hey, how's your life?" They said, "My life is great." I said, "Well, does your face know it's so great?" Because there's no smile, there's no joy, that glimmer in the eyes. I just started those people in relationships, and they married or got in relationships with people of their dreams, but they're unhappy. And they didn't know how to fix this. People who ran businesses, and all of a sudden it feels like all the joy and passion is gone. In fact, they're now an underpaid, overworked employee from a company that they don't even know. And began realizing that we are hooked, more so now than ever, in thinking that achievement is the answer. And trust me, I'm an achiever, man. I am a go-getter in my life. But achieving without fulfillment is empty. But we live in a culture, a society where we try to just fill ourselves back up, right? If we don't feel fulfilled, we just feel, how do we do that? Through more activity. We just do more activity. But we'll get into what that really does for us, right? So, and I can truly speak for this from my own personal experience. I started noticing about 4 years ago, right? Notice a trend here. Start seeing other people, see it myself, that I was working so hard. And I love what I do. I mean, I've had the greatest job in the world. I get to talk to people and help people. I get to build fires and firewalk. I travel around the world, helping people, helping businesses. It's a great life. I have a great wife. I have a great set of children, 5 children, 4 stepchildren, and my daughter. But I started noticing I wasn't fulfilled. I was kind of getting pissed off because I no longer had that spark that I once did. And I couldn't quite understand. And I started realizing it was the law of diminished fulfillment. The law of diminished fulfillment. And that is when we are not feeling fulfilled, we go to our go-to space and we do activity. But at the end of the day, it just makes us feel worse. So I sat back and figured, well, how can I help myself? And then I figured out, how can I help other people? So we put together our latest experience, and we're so excited about this. We are doing, it's called iBreakthrough. Don't want to jump ahead here. iBreakthrough. And we're doing it here in Delaware. We're doing it in LA. We're going to be in this year and November. We're also going to be doing this in Florida and Dallas and Chicago. And of course, more here in Delaware. If you don't know this, Delaware is our home state. So in other words, we're doing this around the country. And what does the I stand for? That's what people ask me the most. And it's not like iPhone or iPad. I stands for intuitive. That intuitive breakthrough. And what is that intuitive breakthrough or that intuitive state? It's that place that we go. We've all been there, right? That place of flow where you step in that space and it's there. No matter what you do, it just comes to you, flows through you. You know everything. You're closing everything if you're a salesperson. You're saying all the right things to your kids. You got great connection with your partner. But then there's times we're so far out of it. We don't even remember our own phone number. We trip over our own feet, get in our own way, sabotage, create doubt. We hesitate. That is not this intuitive state. See, we live in a world of chaos. Think about this. We have very little control of our lives, right? We can control what we do, but beyond that, It's a crapshoot at times. There's influence, but there's not control. But boy, do we like control. So what happens is, when we feel we lose control out of our comfort zone, we do one of three things, right? The first thing we do, some people get angry. And angry could be, I'm just going to take charge, or it could be, right? Or it could be passive aggressive. It could be micromanaging. It could be, fine, I'll just do it myself. We have a lot of ways we describe anger, but anger is where we take control. Get out of my way, I'm here. The second thing we do, we protect ourselves. It's like being in bubble wrap. It's like when I was growing up, there was a neighborhood kid who wasn't allowed to cross the street, wasn't allowed to play everything. The parents thought the child was fragile and would break. So we protect ourselves in what we do, where we don't fully engage. We're not that bad, not that good. We go right under that radar. And the third thing that people do, right, we avoid. I love talking to these people, because what happens is they say how great their lives is in this area. But they don't talk about this area. They just avoid this area. So it's almost looking at like your financial situation and saying, I have $40,000 in the bank. Look how great. And you say, well, but you got like $60,000 in credit card debt. I know, but I got $40,000 in the bank. I'm doing well. No, you're negative $20,000. So we all develop these survival techniques, these tools. Come on, I know you have yours, right? One of the three. Some people have two of the three. Some of you have all three. So iBreakthrough is about a couple things. It's about helping you to not only break those patterns, because we've all been to seminars and we learned incredible stuff, knowledge. Then we got to go home and do it. And that's hard, because the people you go home to, they haven't been to the seminar. Some of them could care less, right? Why are you going to that seminar? You don't need that. So what do? They kind of push you aside. Or you go back to your family, go back to your life, or you go back to your work. And the next thing you know, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and that knowledge dissipates. Somewhere along the line, we were taught that knowledge is power. That is a lie. Knowledge is only potential power. And we have to take action with that knowledge. Knowing what to do is not the same of doing what you know. I'll say that again. Knowing what to do is not the same as doing what you know. So iBreakthrough, it's about breaking those patterns, truly, as you really align your head, right, and your heart in a way where it's not something that you have to think about to access, where it's something that's inside your body. That as soon as you call on it, it's there. It's physical. It's just not cognitive. iBreakthrough is about giving you the tools so that when you feel that level of uncomfortableness, that uncertainty, you don't run one of these old patterns, right, that we get from our childhood, we get from our parents, we get from events of our lives, and we become like a Pavlovian dog, and we just react. So we got to break down that previous conditioning, that previous learnings. But then, if we stop right there, you'd be better, but you really wouldn't be where you want to be. So we have to break down those patterns, but also, at iBreakthrough, help you to really understand what being in that I state is. Because here's the secret. People want it, but will avoid it. I'll repeat myself. People want it, but they will avoid it. What does that mean? Well, people want to get fit, but they avoid the gyms, right? People want, the good word, but they avoid the Bible or the church or whatever you practice and believe. See, sometimes the worst thing we can get is the answer, because then it requires us to take action. iBreakthrough shatters all that. It really teaches you and gives you the tools of coaching and managing yourself, of how you can live centered, how you can live in that intuitive state. And more importantly, when life knocks you out, how to get back in there, because life will knock you out. So iBreakthrough is a 1.5-day program that's really designed to give you more happiness and more fulfillment. How awesome would that be? But also give you the skills and tools needed to maintain and grow, so the growth doesn't stop when you leave iBreakthrough. It begins. So we just set the stage, create that base, and then you're off to go. So iBreakthrough here in Delaware is coming up in about less than 10 days. So you got to take action now. It's July 31st, Friday night from 6 p.m. and then Saturday, all day Saturday into evening. And of course, you know, maybe we got some great things lined up. We are doing a fire walk, but a totally special fire walk that we haven't done. So if you're interested, come on out and join us. We're going to really transform the way you think, the way you feel, the way you believe. We're going to transform your life. Now, the seminar is Friday night into Saturday. iBreakthrough starts at 6 p.m. It's located at our Delaware City Training Center. And I'm sure there's information somewhere on this page or on the link or something like that. The investment is $597, and you're able to bring 2 guests, because it's so much about bringing that team. Who you spend time with is who you become. So the more people you have with you that are focused on the same direction you're going, the greater results and the greater efficiency. Because we can get to most places on our own, but how long will it take us? Right? You can drop weight, become fit on your own. But if you have a trainer, if you have a nutritionist, if you have those people in place to help you, you're going to be able to get there so much faster. iBreakthrough gives you that, but it doesn't end there. So you get to enroll at $597, and you get to bring 2 friends, family members, spouse, it doesn't matter. In addition, 2 special gifts just for you. Because I really wanted to make this special because we're doing this all around the country, and this is our first one. So we're excited that I'm going to reach up here, hold my product up there, right, do the cheesy smile. This is our product. It's called the Ultimate Life Transformation Program. It's a 4-CD series that we have taken our best of best tools, put them in a system that we're going to give to you. Okay, it retails for $399. We're going to give this to you as our gift. So you're going to be able to continue that momentum once you leave. The next thing, because we really want to track, we are so excited about the results that this program is going to have on people's lives. So we want to actually see what it does and able to help you connect the dots. So what we have set up is, once you complete it, we're doing a series of 6 webinars that is going to tie into the key points, going to measure and track where you're going, but also give you some more insight, give you some reinforcement, some accountability, right? Give you an environment that you can move forward. Now, that goes for well over $1,000, and that is your gift too. So as much as it sounds like an infomercial, let me wrap this up. iBreakthrough, first one ever, July 31st, August 1st. Begins at 6 p.m. Investment, $597. Good for you. You get to bring 2 of your friends. You get a copy of the Ultimate Life Transformation Program. 4-CD set, $399 value. You also get some coaching. 6 months of coaching in a webinar form that we're creating. And that is worth well over $1,000. You put it all together, the results, right? You know, it's priceless. So thank you so much for joining me. Please click on the link, register today. Love for you to join me. If you know someone who's like, that's really good for them, they can use this too, send them the link. We'd love to share this with as many people as we can. So I wish you the very best. I look forward to seeing you on July 31st. Joe White from Get Life Coaching. Live free, everybody. Bye-bye.